Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, big welcome to you. I'm glad you're joining me. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I'm glad you're here for another episode. For you guys, it's been about a week. For me, it has been 2 weeks because I was on vacation. I've got a story about that. As you will notice if you've been with me, you may notice that my voice is rather deep and sultry. I am down a couple octaves than my normal because I'm getting over being sick. Um, so I'm just going to start off with that first of all because my goal is not to hack and cough throughout this video. However, I'm going to be realistic. I have been coughing quite a bit, and luckily that is getting better. But long and short of it, we were in the Dominican Republic last week after one day of being there, which it was beautiful. The water was gorgeous. I highly recommend their beaches. After one day, I ended up with the flu, and I was very, very sick. Fever, chills, yeah, sore muscles, all that wonderful stuff that comes with the flu. And I hadn't had the flu in a really long time. So yeah, it's kind of taking the wind out of me. And you probably know this because the flu is pretty prolific this moment in the United States. Yeah, there's a nasty cough that comes with it. And I've had this cough now. Just this is the end of my second week here. Excuse me. And I'm going to try to block the microphone so it's not so loud in your ear. But yeah, I've got a nasty little cough and it may take weeks to go away. So my husband, bless him, always thinks of the silver lining. And the silver lining of, if you don't know, I've been trying to eat healthier and exercise. With this nasty cough and everything, I'm not exercising. However, while we were in the Dominican Republic, all I could muster to eat at an all-inclusive resort was some fruit and some vegetables. So I did not partake in a lot of the things that they have there, like delicious goodies and stuff. And so I actually lost weight while I was there. So there's my silver lining. I lost some weight, and I actually ended up being very strict with a very Mediterranean diet while I was there. So there we go. My cholesterol levels are probably really good right now. You gotta look at the light side because otherwise it's just too darn depressing. I am quite bitter about my vacation. I'm not going to lie. It has been years since we've been able to take a vacation like this, and it was really extremely disappointing to say the least that it did not go well. But that being said, we are going to try our best to go on another vacation in the semi near future so that, because, well, I desperately need a vacation. Oh gosh, I just feel like when you go through a lot of things in life, you just need some time away. And I definitely need some time away. The past 5 years have been rough. There's been a lot of good things, of course. I don't want to sound like really bitter about that, that's for sure. But it's just been a lot these past couple years. So I hope you bear with me. I have some wonderful hot blackberry raspberry tea. It's Taylor's tea, not sponsored. And it's quite nice to sip on right now. My throat no longer hurts. I just have this cough. This lingering cough. I had sore throat. That was another thing that came with the flu. It's joyous. But anyway, we're getting into the works in progress. I did not do any knitting over my vacation because, well, I didn't bring any knitting with me. And even if I had, I probably wouldn't have done it because I hardly did any reading because it was really hard to focus and do that when I was feeling the way I was feeling. So, but I did do some knitting since I got home. So that has been wonderful. I will say that my capacity for knitting has been very much just stockinette or like garter stitch basically, so just knitting back and forth. So I primarily worked on a half and half triangles wrap when I got back. I'm trying to think of how to show you guys how much I've gotten done. I'm mid-row naturally. Let's see. So here is where it is. I probably knit this much. I need to move my in progress keeper over, if I'm remembering correctly. Come in. It probably was around here. So I did about that much knitting. So the way this goes, it's half and half. Triangle wrap, free pattern from Purl Soho, and you just go back and forth. It's one big triangle, and then you pick up the stitches in the middle, and then you do the other triangle. So I'm doing a lot of fun different colors on this one. I'm working with this fun boucle that is like an interesting wool blend, wool acrylic blend. Hopefully I won't have any issues. We did get replacement microphone, which is awesome. Really appreciate when we told the company that I was having issues and it had been less than a year after buying it. They did send us a replacement set. I also, as you will notice, I don't have the little like boom, the puffy part on it. That cattail style is a little bit more for wind when you're outside, so I decided to give this a shot. So hopefully that will also help with the audio. We will see. I'm really hoping that things go well. That being said, we're looking into getting a camera as like our birthday gift to ourselves. So that will help as well, not only taking photos of my yarn, but also for the video quality and audio quality. So we're looking into that, and it'll be like a decent quality camera for video recording. So that is coming in the near future here as well. So hopefully that'll also help with the audio situation that sometimes happens. But yeah, I pretty much worked on this, and then prior to this, I did work on my petite knitter, which again, that's not her new name, but rebranding and all that jazz. From the Arctic Knits, it's the Arctica jumper, which is actually right here on the cover. It's so beautiful. I'm using different colors than the ones she did, but it is Icelandic wool. Here we go. Oof. This video probably won't be that long because I just cannot talk for a very extended period of time. It's gotten better. But it takes a lot of energy for me to project my voice. I'm grateful for this microphone, so hopefully that'll help. But my voice is, like I said, the octaves are like a lot lower than normal, so it's just interesting. But here we are. So I have gotten some serious progress on this beautiful jumper. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, though, I just didn't have capacity to focus since I've been feeling so poorly. I am feeling a lot better, though, so I know I can start working on this again, no problem. The color work is not overly complicated, but it does take a little focus to like know what you're doing, especially since, as I mentioned, I am using different colors and a different amount of colors. So I'm using I think it's 5 colors instead of 4. So I do have an extra color for the color work that I'm going to be doing. So I have to kind of pay attention to what I'm up to. So that repeat that would have been a different color up here, I'm going to be doing it in a totally different color, if that makes sense. So I just have to pay attention to that when I get to it. Excuse me. Yeah, but it's really beautiful, and I'm looking forward to it. It's got, like I said, this is at least 3 colors of color work at a time for the most part. So there's some serious floats going on. It's going to be nice and thick and warm, and that's going to be really good for the cold months here in Michigan. Now, I probably won't finish this until March, and it definitely starts warming up in March, but March is literally a week away, and we're still looking at, 20 something or teen weather, Fahrenheit here in Michigan, like 18 degrees Fahrenheit at night and things like that. So it's still pretty chilly. We definitely have a pretty cold winter thus far. I'm sure it's been that way all over the world, but I've really noticed it. We have had snow pretty consistently, and it's not been snowing nonstop. It's just that it doesn't really melt. it kind of stays. So if you're someone who likes snowmobiling like our neighbors, they're having a wonderful winter this time of year because they've been doing lots of snowmobiling, which is fun for them, noisy for us. Yeah, but as you can see, I think I just dropped a stitch, of course. Oh dear, I did. I dropped a few stitches. So I'm gonna have to double check that where I'm at, but my color work here, I'm gonna basically go backwards. Hold that thought because there we go. This is why you put needle stoppers on. If you've ever wondered if you need needle stoppers, I highly suggest it. Especially when you're doing projects like this where stitches are cumbersome and they're taking up your needles. It's great for knitting because it's easy to move your stitches back and forth. But you do want to have like a stitch marker on there or a stitch stopper on the edge of your needle so that your stitches don't slide right off, because they will. The good part about rustic yarn is it tends to not drop your stitches as easily, but it doesn't mean you won't. So yeah, a lot of fun. This pattern is a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for all your love in the past videos and supporting the videos as I've been gone. I so appreciate you guys. It means so much to me when you like a video or if you subscribe. If you are a new subscriber, welcome, and thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you enjoy. I don't always sound this raspy. This is just, the way it goes this time of year. So I will be working on more things for Multifarious Nature coming up here. As I feel better, that's going to help a lot. But we're going to be dealing with some things with fiber. I'm still trying to work out the ins and outs of that. But I did get, in the past year here, I did purchase quite a few fleeces that I've cleaned. I will let you know that most of the fiber that I will be selling will be fiber that is clean. It's clean fiber. However, it will have lanolin in it. I love working with lanolin fleeces, and it's just one of those things I know everybody has a preference, and some may not like that, some do. It's different for everybody. So I do like working with lanolin, so that is what the fleeces will have in them. So hopefully that will be something you're excited about. Again, you kind of have to bear with me here. This is a new process that I'm learning as a little bit of a branch out for Multifarious Nature. I primarily do hand-dyed yarn with really fun colors that you can see behind me and you'll see on my website. Yeah, that's normally what I do. But I am trying to expand my horizons a little here and get out into the fiber end of things when it comes to unspun yarn or wool, because I've enjoyed the process of spinning myself. So trying to get some different breeds and things like that. And yeah, I'm excited to share that with you guys. I've been working on that for a bit. It's a bit of a work in progress here. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter if you want to know about all the fun things Multifarious Nature. You can subscribe by going to the website, multifariousnature.com, and just subscribe to the newsletter there. If you have any issues, definitely do the contact me and I'm happy to add you to the newsletter. I do not bombard you. You may get like one email a month, and that is really reaching because I don't even post that often. So yeah, I'll be talking about those things and you'll be the first to find out when the new fiber launches. And you'll definitely want to make sure you're subscribed if you're interested in that, because it will be very limited capacity of the wool and fiber that's being processed, because I am a one-woman show and I literally have one drum carder. So yeah, it will be drum carded. So it will be wool and prep. So that what that means is, like, if you like to spin worsted spun, this probably won't be the prep for you. However, I love woolen spun. I'm kind of a one-trick pony in a sense. I mean, I do short forward a little bit, but definitely I'm starting to get into the long draw. And yeah, I really love that woolen spun fluffy. I like doing sweaters. So that's why I like my woolen spun. It's great for sweaters. It keeps it warm. It keeps the heat in. It's excellent for trapping the heat. So yeah, I hope you guys are here for that. As I mentioned, this video is going to be short. I'm sorry about that. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm not feeling my best. I will talk a little bit here about, I guess, life update, if you would. Yeah, we're looking into getting more chickens. As you know, we've lost chickens. We've obtained new chickens, but they're mainly bantams right now, and so they just have very little bitty eggs. And so for us, we want to get more full-size chickens. The ones we have, I think we're going on year 2 now. So chickens usually lay, I think, for about 3 years, and then they stop laying, and then they're not doing their part. They're not paying rent. So we need to get some more chickens to start into the rotation of laying eggs. And what's, not a mystery, the cost of eggs has gone up, which is crazy. But we've had chickens for a while now. But yeah, so once you start having producing your own food and things like that, like eggs from your chickens and that free range, it's really hard to go back to store-bought eggs. It really is. So we definitely want to continue that. The other thing is with the sheep, I am trying to get myself prepared for shearing. We're not doing it yet. As I mentioned, it's still pretty cold here, and our sheep are outdoors all year round. They do have a hut, like a little, like 3 3/4 size little walled hut. So they're pretty protected from the elements when they want to be. However, it's still pretty cold in there. So yeah, I'm excited to shear them for the first time. This will be the first year shearing them. They turned a year old on the 13th and 12th of February, which is crazy. I cannot believe it's been a whole year now with them. That went by really fast. Sheep are interesting. So this is our first year with them. So we have to give them their CDT shot. I haven't done that yet. That's going to be a new thing. I've never given shots to anyone, so this is going to be a learning curve. And then, of course, the shearing. That's all new as well. So we're doing blade shearing. So it's going to be the slow and quieter process versus that electric shears. We have a friend that, my husband's friend actually, knows a family that does 4-H with sheep, and they've done sheep for a while, so they actually know how to shear. I think they use an electric shear. But again, just seeing in person, watching that process, I want to do that. So hopefully I'll be able to do that just as a good refresher on how to do it. I've been watching tons of YouTube videos, and Alan the Shearer has so much amazing information out there about shearing. I love that, and I so appreciate him sharing his knowledge. It's amazing. So yeah, just seeing in person though, I think that'll be really helpful. And yeah, there's another farm here, and she's going to be, I think it's Natural Cycles Farm. They're in Allegan, so they're down south. And she's going to be doing shearing, and she actually is looking for volunteers, which I wish I could. The hard part is it's during the day when I'm at work, which is a bummer. I would take the day off, but yeah, I need to give at least 2 weeks notice for vacation, and it's not 2 weeks from now. So that's a bummer, because that would be another great opportunity to see firsthand shearing. So again, electric shearing, I'm pretty sure that the guy that she hires, he's a local person, and he usually does electric shearing. A lot of people do electric shearing. It's faster. So if you're trying to do that as a job, that is a better way to get multiple sheep done quickly. But I really, really wanted to do the slow process. As you can tell, with spinning and knitting and all the good stuff with that, I enjoy the process of things, and the slow way is not, to me, it's not, it is the better way. In other words, I enjoy the process, and I think the sheep enjoy it more as well, because it's slow and it's not as abrasive. I don't know. I would think that if I'm not as stressed because I can go slow and be relaxed, that should hopefully make them feel better too, because they're very sensitive. I've noticed that about sheep. All animals tend to be that way. They're just very sensitive to when you're on edge or if you're stressed, things like that. So I think that will help the whole process go a lot smoother. So that'll be coming up soon too, in the coming months. Um, Probably closer to April, I'm thinking, because um, like I said, I want it to be warmer out consistently so that they don't get shocked. I don't want them, like, I don't want to shear them and then have it be 30 or 20 degrees at night. That is just very cold for them. And now I will be blade shearing, so that does leave a little more wool on their body, but still, I just don't want to shock them. They can get sick, and I certainly don't want that. So, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I totally forgot to mention this. I did get my second Woolberry book box. So I had signed up for her Book Society box. Um, this won't be going live in time for you to see it, I don't think. Shoot, sorry. Well, if you are interested in her book boxes, definitely subscribe to her Instagram. If you go on her Instagram, Woolberry Fiber Co., that's where she posts about it, because she literally tells you like 2 days before she posts it. And I think she only posts them for, I think it's 24 hours, and then she pulls the listing. So I still am debating doing the spring. So let's see, it's every 2 months. I think that's how it works. So she did, yeah, December, and then there's January, February. So I just got the February book, and I didn't bring it in. I was going to, but I didn't want to like ruin it in case anybody hasn't received their package yet. But I'll talk about it in the next video. But I did get the book box, and it's really fun. And this one came with 3 goodies outside of the yarn. So it comes with 2 to 3 goodies that go along with the book and the yarn. And you just read through the book, and as you come to the page number that is on the item that's wrapped, then you open it, and that's so fun. So I really liked the December book box. That was cute. And then this one is going to be kind of a fun, like, espionage spy thing. It's cute. It's really cute. So far I've been reading it, and now I'm like at page 45 or something. So I got to open the first goodie, which was technical reopen, and then we'll go from there. So it's really cute. It's not cheap. I think it's $80 for the book box. Full disclosure. And then you have to do shipping as well. And if you want like extra yarn of the skein that's dyed up, which you don't know what that looks like, it's an extra $30 per skein. So that's kind of, it can get expensive really quick. But it's a lot of fun if you like to read and you like yarny goodness, because she like puts it all together. And I think that's super fun. So I'm really glad I took advantage of it. I did have to cancel my like reoccurring because it's just not in the budget to do that. So I don't think I'm going to be doing the one that's coming up. It does sound really cute though, because it's about a family that's trying to save their house or something. It just sounds really cute. So I don't know. I don't think I should, because I've been really trying to be good. And since we just went on a trip, that didn't go so well. Oh my gosh, you guys, the amount of medication I've taken this past week compared to, I do not take medication. Like, I just don't. So the amount of medication I've taken because of everything, like, well, it was a flu. It's the flu. But then I had the cough, which is part of the flu, but we weren't sure if it was turning into like walking pneumonia. I had no idea. So I started taking an antibiotic, like a broad spectrum antibiotic that my in-laws had, because they were trying to prepare in case someone drank the water. And then I went out into the sun because, trying to get vitamin D to feel better. Yeah, totally forgetting, mind you, that you should never go out in the sun if you're on an antibiotic because it makes you photosensitive. So yes, I got sunburned. So on top of feeling sick, I was sunburned. So it was just, I have one photo of the entire trip that I took, and you can see my toes in the picture because I took a picture of the ocean as I was sitting there feeling poorly in the shade. Oh, it's really depressing. Anyway, oh my gosh, it's so depressing. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I look forward to hearing from you. And yeah, I love to hear what you're up to, what you're making, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and take care. Stay healthy. Bye.